Okay, you're now live.
Yep.
Good morning. And once she gets done flipping the switch, because we simulcast, she'll come and she'll walk around with it.
Okay.
And I'm muting everything.
Sure you are.
I am.
Do you want me to try?
Oh no, nah, it's good. Because I actually hit the whole off button, not just the system volume.
Good morning, Carrie. Carrie
That
Ring
Carrie
is
Ring?
watching. Yes.
Share that. Morning, Dad.
Hi, Ace. When's he going to come take vacation?
Once that Mercury starts rising, he is not heading west. Hello, Nell. You're going to reach 53. We are supposed to be 98 today.
Yeah.
But 50-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, so that's going to pull it down to 80.
Oh, man.
I don't like wind.
I know.
You can't have it all.
Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy. Aw, Christine, I hope you feel better.
I hope you feel better. Did you get what those kids were passing around?
I think
But
I've
now the
gotten out of
pressure's
my
on. We have
house.
to entertain her 2 days in a row.
Thank you, Nell. You too.
See you later. Morning, Jeremy.
You ready?
Ready.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. Good morning.
Good morning, and if you do not currently follow us on Facebook Live, we encourage you to do so. It's just a way to get a behind the scenes of what goes on when Z93, Outlaw Country, and MonsterMediaYuma.com all go to commercial break. Jennifer and I stay live the entire hour. Plus, we have some awesome guests in store with some great information. So if you are watching on Facebook Live, why don't you go ahead and hit that share button? That way you can share all of this great information with your friends.
That's right. And today's guest, a little bit of a teaser. There might be costumes involved.
Yes, there is costumes involved.
Head on over. You can find the show on my personal page. It is open to the public, though. I don't have it all blocked off unless you're one of the 7 people that's irritated me over the last 11 years. Then you may be on that block list. I go back ever so often. I go back to it. I don't even remember what they did to irritate me.
Well, if for you to be pushed to hit that block button, it usually is pretty bad. So,
all right. Well, coming up on the show today, we have Sarah Wisdom and Becky Brendel from the library. They're going to be talking about Library Con coming up in May. We also have Adrianna Del Rio from Sunset Community Health Center stopping by to talk about their latest things that are happening. And it's Wednesday. What's that mean?
Wednesday is... Oh, WTF Anita. I was like, what are you putting me on the spot for? I'm like, it's not Free Filter Friday. What am I missing here?
It's not Catch Your
It's
Friday.
not Catch Your Friday.
Well, it is Wisdom Wednesday with Sarah. It's also WTF Anita. So she will be doing the announcement for this week's winner of the Bare Naked Soap Co. giveaway.
Yes.
And she will share her weekly...
Dose of positivity.
Yeah, that's just what we're going to call it. Because what we say, they're not all acronyms. Some of them are what?
Initialisms.
Initialisms.
Okay.
I could spell that too if I needed to.
Let's see.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, today is a big day for students and educators in the state of Arizona, and we've been seeing a lot of photos this morning. It was still dark when I got here, but you drove by a few different schools.
Yeah, well, the one that I drove past that I seen the teachers out early this morning was Pecan Grove School. They were out on 8th Street right there. I did drive past a couple other schools, but I know that they were trying to do it before school started.
Right.
And a lot of those school was getting ready to begin, so that I was a little late probably catching those. But yes, I did see some out in front of Pecan Grove, but I know we're getting reports of some teachers out in front of Palmcroft.
Yes,
and things,
I
so.
just saw a couple of my friends from Palmcroft post on their pages. They were out there, and someone messaged us and said, I want to let you know there's about 50 teachers out in front of Rancho and Salida del Sol for the walk-in. Give them some publicity. And I know Gowan Science Academy, I saw some of the teachers out in front of there. Again, this is via social media, but they are having a march-in today, and they're using the hashtag Red for Ed as part of their objective to try and get better pay and just a better classroom environment overall for our students and the teachers.
Yes, and you know what? They do deserve it. I have a lot of teacher friends, and I see the things that they go through for their students, and the little things that we can do as parents. We try to do what we can to try and offset some cost or try and help them as we can. But you know what? These educators are teaching our future, and so we definitely need them, and they definitely deserve more.
We certainly don't need 45 students per class, which is the case in some instances, and let's certainly hope that something can be done. All right, today is April 11th, and today is National Barbershop Quartet Day.
Oh, I like that.
That's pretty cool.
I enjoy a barbershop quartet.
It's also National Cheese Fondue Day. I wonder if they're going to be having any cheese fondue at the tasting
the food
event
tasting
that
at
they're
the
having.
Civic Center.
Teresa and I are going to swing by the Civic Center today for that, just to check out the updated digs. They've done some painting and a few facelift items down there, but we want to see how they have some of the different rooms decorated, just as options. But again, National Cheese Fondue Day and National 8-Track Tape Day. Now, were you the one that had the comment the other day? Or someone was telling the story?
I think it was Janice.
Oh, it was Janice. She was telling the story about one of her kids was helping her grandma. Or the grandma's friend move some items, and they had a bunch of VHS tapes. I said, well, why don't you just have DVDs?
What is a DVD?
Is it like an 8-track? We're going back a little ways in time.
I never had to use an 8-track.
No?
Anita and I were part of that generation.
We are.
They existed. I remember my dad had one, and I think it was a Ford Falcon. That's what he drove me to school in. And I remember he had one in there. But not really prior to computers, because we still used them up until about 10 years ago, we had the equivalent of an 8-track. It's called a cart here at the station.
Yeah.
And you could put your audio on there and then play it from one of the cart machines. And I love the technology, how it's come a little further.
I was going to say, those were the days where every commercial was done manually, placed in manually. It was a lot more work.
Well, you could put more than one audio clip on those carts, but they had to queue up in between. So you couldn't just automatically go to the next thing. You might have to wait. Some were longer, some were shorter, but they were still easier than the reel-to-reel tapes.
I would assume so.
I came in on the cusp of computers were already existing in radio when I started back in 1990, but we still had some of the other things. But again, all computerized has made things so much easier, and they take up a lot less space.
Yes, definitely. We finally got the reel-to-reel out of my production room.
And the turntable is in the back office.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's also National Pet Day.
Yay!
I don't know that she's listening, but I have to give a shout out to my cat Rodimus. She was my 2000.
Do you leave the radio on for her?
No, I don't. I know some people that leave Animal Planet on for their pets.
Yeah.
She gets on Facebook while I'm gone. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait a minute.
No,
what?
she doesn't. She just naps all day.
She has her mom post on Facebook.
Yes.
For her.
Well, it is National Pet Day, and we think that's kind of an everyday thing. We've already had that conversation here because we're all pet lovers.
Yes.
But by all means, share photos of your pets today. And then you can do it again on Friday for Cat Shirt Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
It's National Submarine Day. And this is the kind in the water, not the sandwich.
I was thinking the kind in the water. Have you ever, I remember the ride, I think it was Disneyland.
It's Disney. Nemo.
It's when I was younger, it wasn't Nemo, obviously, but it was something else. The line for Nemo when we went to Disneyland last year, it was outrageous. We didn't even bother getting into it because it was over an hour and a half wait at the very least. And by the time we got to that point, it was already getting warmer in the afternoon, so we didn't even try that one. But I remember vaguely, because that's the only time I've actually, I think, been underwater like that, and seeing all the fish and things that they have staged and stuff. It was really, really neat. But I don't think, have you ever been on a submarine?
Not an actual submarine.
No?
I think I rode the one you guys are mentioning at Disneyland. It would have been, I think Jace was 5 the last time we went to Disney, which would have been about 2003.
Yeah.
And I think that was either before Finding Nemo or right around that time. But I don't think it was the Nemo ride. But I remember getting on the ride because you had the whole submersion concept and the windows and stuff. Now, that's never been on a submarine. But it's also National Bookmobile Day.
Ooh!
Ties in nicely because our favorite librarians are going to be here anyway.
Exactly.
All right, if you have a birthday coming up, we want to have you share it with us because you or a family or a friend could be entered into the weekly drawing for our Firehouse Subs birthday shout-out giveaway, and one lucky winner wins a medium sub. Not that kind of sub. A sandwich. And a drink, chips, and you also get a dessert. Again, this is from Firehouse Subs, and courtesy of the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. They save lives through donation grants, and the donated funds are used to provide free equipment, training, and to support our hometown heroes. And you have a few birthdays on today's list.
I do. First one right off the bat is a friend of all of ours, Pat Patterson over at Above All Plumbing. We want to wish you a very happy birthday today. And this one is courtesy of Anita Amy Diaz. We want to wish you a very happy birthday. We have Heather Graham, Joel Arcos, Ray Keamy, Angelica Ornelas, Patsy Correa Hernandez, Yvonne Whitehead, and Jennifer Barney.
That's right. If you have a birthday coming up, please send it to us. The way you do that is head on over to our website at monstermediayuma.com. Just click on the Today in Yuma tab and scroll down just a little way and you can see the Firehouse Subs logo. We have a very brief form there and you can send us the information. Now, I think we have a couple coming up here in the next few days, but we'd like to share more. So if you have, again, it can be yourself. There's no shame in trying to win a free sub for yourself. You could do that or send something in for a family member or friend. People do post on our live feed, but it's hard, it's easier for us if we have it on the calendar. That way it makes selecting all of the entrants easier.
Yes, and please at least give us 24 hours notice. And don't be afraid to put your own birthday on there. That just means you have a chance to win too. I know a lot of people are afraid to give themselves a shout out, but hey, if it's your birthday, we want to celebrate you.
All right, and we want to remind you that we are giving away 5 pair of VIP tickets and backstage passes to see Color Me Bad.
Yes.
This Saturday night. Now, it's pretty cool. The meet and greet will be after the show.
Yes, it will.
So keep that in mind. And all you need to do to enter is what?
All you need to do is go to Z93 and Outlaw Country's Facebook page. The contest is pinned right there to the top, and you will see all you need to do is like the actual post, comment, and in that comment tag one of your friends, and you can enter as many times as you like. So each post is one entry, and I'm letting you know right now, these are a pretty hot commodity right now.
They are. There are a lot of entries to this point, and some people are there, and they're saying, I'm tagging all my friends, because then they're hoping one of them will actually take them.
Exactly.
If the friend wins.
And then we'll have Carrie announce the winners on Friday?
Yes, we are cutting entries off at 7 a.m. on Friday, and then Carrie Ring from the city will be here a little bit later Friday morning during the show, and she will help us announce the winners.
Sounds good.
Because what happens if you are the winner, you're going to need to come to the Salsa Queen competition Friday night
to pick up your
and
tickets.
find Teresa and I. We will have your tickets to the concert and the meet and greet on Saturday. And you can't buy these, but it's $100 value for each pair that are won. And again, a lot of people they're tagging lots of friends and family members. So we are super excited. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a good weekend all around for Tunes and Tacos. Like Jen said, we will be at the Salsa Queen contest. We are emceeing the event, and we will be enjoying some of that awesome chips and salsa that they're going to have there. They also are going to have live music from Paloma, and the beginning of the judging for the actual taco King contest, because I think it was something like 45 or 42.
43 entries.
43 entries. That's a lot of tacos.
46?
46?
40. Carrie, Facebook yesterday said 46 entries.
That's a lot of tacos.
That's
a lot of tacos. So they're starting on Friday, so that way they can give their bellies a rest and then start again on Saturday.
And you can't just take a bite out of each one, because
what if it's really good?
I know, but you have to take more, because you can't. What if you get mostly shell at that point and you need to go in a little deeper? You need to get that full mixture of how all the flavors have melded together.
You tear it in half and you start with the center.
Oh, that's right, Anita. That's good.
That's a good idea.
And go from there.
Maybe Anita should judge. I know our Foodielicious Janice is one of the judges this year, so definitely get on out to Tunes and Tacos. Starts on Friday.
All right. Well, we want to mention an event that's taking place today. I got a little reminder from Trevor Humphreys from Amberley's Place. He just posted on our feed. The Walk a Mile in Their Shoes event is taking place today at 5:30 p.m. It's at the track at Carver Park. That's at 5th Street and 13th Avenue if you were not sure of the location. And it's a time to come together and show your support for victims of crime. Men and women and children have been affected, and you can walk with them as they raise awareness and educate the community, and learn what you can do with the team of community outreach local service providers right here in Yuma. They will focus on crime prevention, emergency response, victim support, and courtroom advocacy. Now, this is a great event, and it's sponsored by the Yuma County Victims' Rights Committee. This week is National Crime Victim Rights Week through the 14th. So that is at 5:30 this afternoon at Carver Park.
Sounds good.
All right, it's time to take a break here on Today in Yuma. Then we will be back with our favorite librarians. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. Time is running out. You need to make an appointment to get your 2017 taxes done at Classic Accounting at their Yuma or Foothills location. You can get up to a $2,500 advance while your tax refund processes. No additional fees or APR cost if you use the program. This is called their advanced program. Call 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports. The huge blue ribbon sale is still going on. Special buys on rifles, handguns, plus much more. All guns come with a lifetime warranty and a free range pass. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And Quick Refrigeration, they are family owned and operated, and they've been heating and cooling in the Yuma area since 1955. On Fridays, they do Free Filter Friday. It's a way to remind people to change out those filters in their units. By doing so, you can help extend the life of it, because it's not all clogged up with that dirt and dust.
And you know what? And this time of year, it's probably a good idea to change it with all this wind we're having and have in stores.
Yes, and have your unit service now before we get and stay in those triple-digit temperatures for a couple months. That's Quick Refrigeration. Visit getcoolquick.com.
And our wonderful friends over at Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services offers wildlife control like feral cat trapping, snake and skunk relocation, and pigeon extraction. You can give them a call today at 928-343-9149. Better yet, go to their Facebook page. They still have an awesome giveaway they're doing for one special classroom here in the Yuma area.
All right, that's perfect, because it's Red for Ed Day, too.
Exactly.
All right, it's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. We'll be back after the break. All right, it's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country,
Good morning, Lisa.
She doesn't
I don't want to go to work today.
And I think if we did have a contest that Christine could win, she's right, it would be who has the most cats.
The most cats.
Oh.
On National Pet Day.
That's a good compliment. she got lots of cats. No, she has a lot of cats. But she does the feline friends and show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's another Sarah. my sister. You guys can talk so fast.
When we're on a time crunch there.
What's up?
No, you're gonna pull it.
You'll get it a little bit
You're
closer.
Okay.
Also, in case you're soft spoken.
Not really. I love Janelle's. Give me a second. It's coming to me. Don't you hate when you lose your words? For adjectives, but they're... What's the other word for adjective? Starts with an EX.
Expositions? No, like that's not a word for that.
All I can think of is expository, and that's not the right word. Anyway, your adjectives are great, Janelle. We'll just stick with that word.
Okay, that works.
Wowza. She goes, wowza.
That word's going to come to you in the middle of us.
I know, right?
Exclamations?
Exclamations. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was something somewhere, but I'm like, I'm not going to say this word. All I can think is expository. That's not the right word. Thank you. Yes, her exclamations are wonderful.
Yeah, advocates giving away like a pizza party to a local classroom, and they're also giving them caterpillars.
Yeah,
It's like a butterfly garden. Butterfly kit. Okay. Nice. So they'll get the butterfly kit. They can do that and then enjoy some pizza while they do that. And, yeah.
So are teachers entering their classes?
So what they did is they posted it for the community to post.
Yeah, you have to basically nominate.
And the more nominations a teacher gets.
Name the school, the grade they teach, and then you have they have the rules in a list of what you have to do. I like it though.
Yeah,
they're really involved with the community.
Anybody can go and nominate. So it's really they did a whole bunch of fair giveaways, and now they're doing something for the classroom. So it's perfect.
Nice.
Did you know there's only like 7 more weeks of school left?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
and then
midterms right now too.
It's so crazy because they're already talking about like they do their spring things and all that stuff and their water day and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like the end of the year, and I'm like, and she was like 7 more weeks, and I was like, oh my gosh.
We know because we're getting ready for summer reading.
It's so fast. All right, you guys ready?
We're coming back.
And with us always dealing with date sensitive stuff, it seems like it goes faster.
It does. Yeah.
Ready?
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
And I'm Sarah for Wisdom Wednesday, but today I'm just a sidekick because I brought Becky Brendel with me, our information librarian, who's going to talk about Library Con.
And if you are not watching on Facebook Live, you need to because they're in costume.
I love Sarah's little costume because she has Maleficent horns on and they light up. They do. They are super cool.
All right, well, Becky, you are here to talk about the Yuma County Library Con coming up in May.
Yes, I am, and thank you very much for having me.
All right, well, give us the details, because I know this event has grown year to year, and this year I'm sure it's going to be even more fabulous.
Yes, okay, so Library Con is the event formerly known as Yuma County Library Comic Con. That was a bit of a handful, so we're Library Con from now on, but this is our 5th year. It always takes place on Free Comic Book Day, which is the first Saturday in May.
Okay.
So this year it's going to be May 5th at the main library down on 21st Drive next to Avenue B. And it's going to be taking place the whole day, 9 to 5. We're pretty much taking over the entire library. If you still want to come and do some reading, there'll be plenty of tables for that. But it's going to be a little loud because in all of our meeting rooms, a lot of our study rooms, and out in that big open area in the middle of the library, we're going to have all kinds of different events and guests and activities and crafts for people to do around a couple of different themes. Because it is a Library Con, a celebration of creative culture, geek culture, nerd culture, there's going to be a lot of creativity styled things, and in particular we wanted to highlight people who are creating things and who are big in nerd culture in the Yuma area, because there's a lot out there that people don't know about.
And we want to, it's a celebrated. It's not not an offensive term, the geek and nerd culture.
No, not at all.
They take pride in those categories.
Yeah, and it's getting more and more, more and more mainstream, especially now that the Marvel and the DC movies are coming out and they're adding all those characters. People are discovering, hey, there are some really exciting stories and some neat characters. Some of them are larger than life, and some of them people can go, hey, that's me, except I'm saving the world. That's a cool feeling. We want to celebrate that.
It definitely is, and I love this because there's a lot of people out there that put a lot of work into their costumes, and then they only get to wear them once or twice a year. Yeah. So the more opportunities, the better.
Yes. And it's the 5th anniversary on 5/5, so that's pretty cool. We got a lot of 5s going on.
Yes, indeed.
Worked out that way.
Yep. I've got my flyer here for
Anita
people on Facebook there.
On Facebook Live. Is that Booker Bear in costume?
It is. That is Super Booker. He is the mascot for the Library Con. And actually, if you are of a creative bent yourself, when you come to Library Con, if you stop by the library's information table, one of the events we have going on all day is there is going to be a Super Booker Mark contest.
Oh, cool.
Design a bookmark with Super Booker on it, and your design could be picked to go on new library bookmarks that will be passed out at the schools and at our outreach events.
Oh, fun. I love that we're getting everyone involved, too.
Yes, that was very much the idea. Bring in the community.
Now, is there, obviously, yeah, I love this because everything you guys do at the Yuma County Libraries is free, but do they need to register in advance, or is this something show up the day of and enjoy what you guys have
No,
to
just
offer?
show up the day of. We're going to have a registration table there, and we can actually also put on the Facebook Live, you'll get a registration badge.
And they're
Showing
just,
what that
just
looks
came
like.
in.
Those just came in. We're so excited to see them. They turned out really well. So please come get your badge. And then you're just free to enjoy the event all day. The one thing I would suggest is if you are interested in being part of our cosplay contest, it's going to start at 2:30 in the afternoon, but we are going to be taking registrations for that throughout the day. There will be a table for that. Please sign up ahead of time. It'll make us getting started and knowing who all's names we need to call much, much simpler. So if you're interested in being a part of our cosplay contest, make sure you register before 2:30 so that we can make sure that you're on the list and you have a chance to show off your awesome costume.
And because the cosplay can cover so many different genres,
Yeah.
will it be broken down into categories?
It will actually be broken down into age categories. So we're going to be breaking it down pretty much the way we have the library's book collection broken down, where the kids will be their own category, the teens will be their own category, so that's 13 to 18, and then 19 and up will be an adult category. And then there's a fourth category, which is group. So if your whole family wants to do something, or you've got a whole bunch of friends who want to all have thematic costumes, you can enter as a group. We don't have time for people to do skits, but by all means practice one really good pose so you can impress the judges.
Plus, there's social media fodder with photos,
Yes,
too.
yes, definitely. And we usually do get some local... I know we have some local YouTube people who have come to the con in the past and walked around and talked to people for their channels. So it's a neat experience.
Well, I love seeing the photos. And
Yeah.
like you said, this is the 5th annual event, and it's grown year to year.
Mhm.
There was one year we attended a Diamondback game, and it also coincided with the Comic-Con
Comic-Con.
weekend in Phoenix.
Mhm.
And they shared the same parking structure. And we're
Oh, no.
thinking, these people are just pretty weird to go
Did
watch
we,
the game.
did we not get the memo for today's game?
That's what we were thinking
Yeah,
about. Then I'm
yeah.
like, wait a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
it made sense after that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as far as the costumes go, like Teresa mentioned, some people start early and they put a lot of effort, time, and money into these costumes.
Yes, and that's a very big hobby in Yuma, so we're excited to be able to have the costume contest, and we're excited to be able to give people another opportunity to wear their costumes, because it's a lot of fun. We are going to have some local cosplay groups there, and we're even going to have the Yuma Community Theater is going to be on tap, number one, to just talk to people throughout the day, but they're also going to be teaching a little bit of acting and skit creating so that when you're in your costume, you can learn a little bit how to better, like, fully inhabit your character. So I'm really excited for that. This is their first year with us, so I'm so happy to have them on board.
And because it's comic book day,
Mm-hmm.
are comic books going to be provided?
They are. There are going to be, the way Free Comic Book Day traditionally works at comic shops is that they have comics that are written just for Free Comic Book Day. So this is the only day you can get these specific
Oh, wow.
stories. The local comic shop, FanQuest Comics and Games, has an agreement with us where instead of her distributing comics at her comic book shop, she closes her shop down for the day, and everybody who would go to her comic shop, she encourages to come to Library Con instead. We've got the comics. They're going to be available, one comic per person every hour on the hour to make sure that they last all day so that no matter when you're able to stop in, we'll still have comics for you. But if you'd like to stay the whole day, if you have a whole bunch of different series you're following, by all means, please do.
And is this the amazing Diane from FanQuest?
Yes, it is.
They're celebrating their 28th anniversary this week, too.
Yeah.
We're so excited. A lot of, even though we've had her on before and we've talked about how long they've been in business, some people say, well, where are they? I don't know. But they're on 32nd Street, but they have partnered with the library for a number of years to
Yes, they have.
participate in Free Comic Book Day. So by all means, it is a Library Con taking place on May 5th from 9 to 5?
9 to 5. Stop in whenever or stay for the whole time. We're going to have things going on throughout the day, so certainly hope you won't get bored.
Well, and this is all taking place at the Yuma County main library.
Yes, the main library. It's all at Main that day.
Perfect.
All right, Sarah, what else is shaking down at the different branches?
Oh gosh, let's see. We have another community history album project coming up. We talked about this before about how we're collecting mementos, letters, and postcards and things to scan, and we're going to unveil a digital community history album for our centennial in 2021. This week it's taking place at the San Luis Library, so you can bring letters, postcards, photos, and what we'll do is scan the content right there and give it right back to you, so you don't have to worry about losing anything that's precious to you. And this is just one of several opportunities we'll have. So that is taking place today at between 4 and 7 p.m. at the San Luis Library. The other cool event that's going on that I wanted to mention was the Welton Library is celebrating what's called DEAR. I hope this shows up on your what day it is list tomorrow. It's Drop Everything and Read Day tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Always celebrated on April 12th, and so from 3 to 4, the Welton Library is asking everybody and anybody who can stop in just for a few minutes of reading. They're trying to fill the library for that 1 hour tomorrow for Drop Everything and Read Day, and they're going to take lots of pictures and put them up on their Facebook page and other social media.
What time is that at?
From 3 to 4 at the Welton Library.
And what's cool is, so far this week, that will now make 3 days that involve reading, because yesterday was National Library Workers Day.
That's right.
We gave you a shout out.
Oh, thank you.
Today's Bookmobile Day, and then tomorrow's Deer Day.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what Friday brings.
I know. It's just a wonderful week.
All right.
Well, it's National Library Week.
Yes, it is.
Well, that makes so much
So much more sense.
I was out Monday.
There's a theme.
All right, our guests today, Sarah Wisdom and Becky Brendel from the Yuma County Library District, talking about Library Con and other things happening at the various branches. If you would like details about all the great things they have going on, you can visit their website at yumalibrary.org.
You got it.
All right, I practiced that every other day that you're not here. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie, which is even more fun when costumes are involved.
I know, right? Maybe we'll have to put on our cat ears or something. So
Maybe.
Get into the,
There you go.
Get into
You've got
the
some good stuff
costume
over there.
Thank you, ladies. Coming up next, it's Adrianna Del Rio from Sunset Community Health Center and more of Today in Yuma. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have 30 years of experience and knowledge to benefit you. They have 2 locations to serve you in Yuma and in the foothills. Call to schedule your appointment today at 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, check out the Sprague's difference. Buy, sell, trade, or consign firearms with free expert appraisals. Sprague's offers local price matching and a lifetime warranty. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And Quick Refrigeration. Don't forget that on Fridays you can stop by 190 West 10th Street, take in your old air filter. They will give you a brand new standard 1-inch air filter for free. That's Quick Refrigeration. Visit getcoldquick.com for details.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services have been servicing the Yuma area for over 20 years. They are licensed with the Arizona Game and Fish Department for safe, humane wildlife relocation. With these temperatures rising, you are going to see an influx of maybe some reptiles around. Give Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services a call at 928-343-9149. Like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
We'll be back with more Today in Yuma after the break.
Did you see Janice's text?
Here we go. A mustache.
What's that? Our mustaches. Our mustaches.
Our what?
Our mustaches.
Oh, did Anita put those out on purpose?
I did.
Oh, okay. And it's funny because they match our hair colors. Are you going to put it on?
My mustache?
Yes.
I must ask you a question. That's awesome. I love it.
Nice. Very good. We try not to make it fall. Wait, mine's crooked. Okay. Smile.
They're in.
My eyes water. Here, do another one. Another one?
You're incognito.
Smile.
Thank you, ladies.
Makes my nose
I'm
itch.
sorry. It was just for a moment.
It was. Now I remember why we didn't wear these very often.
I know.
I technically know. Hi, come on in. Have a seat.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, don't forget you're on Facebook Live.
That was perfect. Good job, ladies.
We need to get sheriff back in.
We do.
Both our sheriffs.
Mr. Phipps, I just love his voice. I just love his voice.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
And 12:45 D-back game today versus the Giants.
I actually sent myself an email so we wouldn't forget.
And then they're Dodgers again.
I know. It's okay. Today's gonna be a good game. We will be
The
sweet.
air just came on, so it caused a vacuum.
Thank you.
That's all that was, darling.
Scared me there.
All right, ladies. What names do you want me to use?
Alma, Cynthia.
Cynthia, you've been here before.
Last month.
Yeah.
Last month.
You want to, what was it? Was Monday National Name Yourself Day?
Yeah.
So you have another name you want to use?
Oh.
Fiona?
I like Felicity.
Felicity?
Felicity.
Just don't say Felicia. Hi, Felicia.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Felicity is a good name. Saint Felicity.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. Now, our guest with us today, Adrianna, was not able to make it, but from Sunset Community Health Center, we have Alma and Cynthia, who came in her place. Thank you so much for coming, ladies.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Well, you guys always have so many different things going on. Your mobile clinics and the wellness this and that. What is going on now?
So today we're going to go ahead and focus on behavioral health. This is what we're going to talk about today. And also our program that's called Loving Yourself. So that's going to be our main focus.
All right, we've talked before that a lot of times we're focused on making sure our families are taken care of and our families are healthy, and sometimes mom kind of goes by the wayside. So I like the concept of the loving yourself.
Oh, yes, definitely. We are actually starting a group at the main library. It starts today. It will be in Spanish, but we're trying to get, there's a lot of people who would like to have a presentation started in English. We would love to have anybody call us either at 373-5717 or 373-5752. As I mentioned, today's presentation will be on the main library from 5 to 6:30. And it will be about chronic disease and emotional health. We do have other sessions, for example, depression, anxiety and stress, addiction, managing emotions. So very good topics, and we give basic information and obviously tips to be able to, if you have depression, how to control that, how to prevent it actually also. And especially we really want to eliminate the stigma that we have. We don't want to go to a psychologist because, that means I'm crazy, and that's not what it is. It's, we all have stress, right?
Exactly.
Life throws us stuff a lot. So if we need that extra help with that certain time frame, let's get that help before it gets even worse. So that's what we're trying to do with this presentation, to eliminate that stigma, and for somebody to, maybe I do need that professional help.
And then it's okay to ask for help.
Yes, of course.
Teresa and I were just talking this morning because Mariah Carey has come out and she has shared that she has bipolar 2 disorder.
Oh, wow.
And there's long been a huge stigma attached to anything associated with mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't take it seriously because you can't see a broken arm, you can't see a cut. Well, it's not real. That's not anything that warrants genuine concern. But it's a very serious condition.
And that was her big thing. I read the article this morning before we came in, and she was always afraid to ask for that help. And it wasn't till it got to the point where it was boiling over and she had no choice to get that help that she actually went and sought help. So, and still for many years, I think this has been like 2000 or 2001 that she was diagnosed. She's been hiding it, and she's like, I'm always afraid that somebody's going to find out. And she says, you know what, this is who I am. This is what I have to do to get this burden out. And I can't fully, be well with this burden of people trying to always find out these things about me. So she actually stepped out. And I think it takes something like that too, when you see that, these celebrities aren't perfect. And it is okay to ask for help.
Right.
And a lot of times
people put them on a pedestal.
Exactly.
So if her story or her circumstances can maybe be that lifeline to someone else to say, hey, you know what? It's because sometimes people do look to celebrities and say, well, if it's okay for them, it's okay for me. Then they might, go to this event that's being held at the main library today. They might just kind of put their hand out and say, I do need some help.
Right. And what I like about that is that, okay, maybe I have this, but it doesn't mean that my life's going to stop there.
Yeah.
There's excellent, very smart people who have struggled with bipolar or dyslexia or other, mental problems, and they're successful. They're very important people in our lives. So that's really great, for somebody to, hey, I do have bipolar, but then I'm an excellent singer. So that's awesome to put that in there that, just because you have this mental issue, that does not mean that you can't overcome, and be great. And
Exactly.
And we all know someone, whether it's a family member or a friend. Every single person knows someone who's affected by a mental related disorder or issue in some way, shape, or form. So I think, I was certainly, I'm glad it's being held in Spanish. Would love to see it evolve into an English class too.
I would love to too.
Yeah, so we can reach even more of the community. And this is the type of thing that's good for not only those who might be suffering from something themselves, but a friend or family member. It gives you insight into maybe the struggles that they're going through and how you can better help them live I guess what we would consider a normal life. I don't know that there is a normal life.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a full life.
Yeah, full life. Right.
Another focus that we have with the Loving Yourself program is we do talk about emotional wellness and not so much mental disorders, but more so the impact of how having a chronic illness can impact my emotional health. How is, like, for example, diabetes connected with depression? So we do focus on chronic illnesses and how those can evolve emotional imbalances as well.
All right, that's fantastic. I know several people that are suffering from fibromyalgia, and they have different ongoing issues all the time, and they will post things on social media. That's where one of the ways where you're aware that this is taking place is because they are sharing elements of their life, and they'll say, tell me something to cheer me up, or tell me something that's going to make my day a little bit brighter. And you try and do what you can in that respect, but I like that the focus is also geared towards that.
Yes, definitely, because for example, diabetes and depression, they're very connected. If you have diabetes or anything, cancer, and you're also suffering from depression, that is really going to affect you in taking care of yourself. And so, and what happens is a cycle. Okay, so I have cancer, and I get depressed. I'm not taking care of myself because I'm depressed, and then your cancer gets worse, or your diabetes gets worse, and it's out of control. So it's also helping that be able to okay, you have battling this. Let's not battle something else connected to it too.
Right. We also talk about being able to learn strategies for building a support. Identifying those around you, friends, family members who are able to support. Who is my support group? To be able to teach the person that they are not alone in managing their chronic illnesses. Also, these classes here, they're very interactive. It's not about, just teaching what is diabetes, what is a chronic illness, but they're very interactive. They come with activities, relaxation techniques. We have the Tai Chi, Zumba, exercising classes. So they're very energetic. They're very, for all ages. It is for adults only. That's one thing that we'd also like to mention, that the focus and the topics are for adults only.
18 and over.
When are they held?
Right now, it will be every Wednesday, right? We're Tuesday, right?
Wednesday. Today is Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, yes. I'm like, I'm sure it was Friday. Okay. Every Wednesday, starting today, It will be at the main library from 5 to 6:30. And like we mentioned, we really love for anybody who would like to have this in English, because we really want to start a group in English, to please give us a call. So hopefully we'll get at least 10 people so we can get starting a new group at the main library also, but in English.
What would they need to bring with them?
Nothing, and
Just
it's
show up?
completely free. Just show up. You don't have to call us in, beforehand and sign up. No, just go today. So it's April 11, and you don't have to take anything. It's completely free. Like Alma said, there's a lot of interaction, very good information, basic good information. That way you can see, hey, maybe I do need some extra help, some more professional help.
I love that. If anyone has questions, how can they reach out to you guys?
They can give us a call at 373-5717 and ask for Cynthia. This is your number, right? Or 373-5752 and ask for Alma.
All right. And you guys offer many other services. And how's the construction coming along at the new campus on Avenue B?
It's getting there. It's getting there. I think the opening party, I believe it will be in December.
Okay. So
far.
still a little ways to go.
Yeah,
but
tentative, right. Tentative. Yes.
I still see the traffic narrowed in that area. That's how I know it's still going on.
It's still going, but it'll get there and it'll be
So thank
pretty
you,
nice.
thank you to our patients who are patient with Sunset, who
definitely.
continue to seek our services.
Well, you guys
while
are
under
growing
construction.
so much, and to be able to offer those extra services that building is going to provide is going to be great.
Yeah, that's excellent. Actually, and I also want to add something very quick. If you are a Sunset patient and you would like to help these classes, the Loving Yourself classes one-on-one, we have just started that too. So if you go with a community health worker, they can refer them to us. So we can do this presentation, the addictions, anxiety and stress, one-on-one. It doesn't have to be in a group. So we also have that available.
All right. Our guests today, Alma and Cynthia with Sunset Community Health Center. You can find them on social media. They have a website. What's that web address? Is it
SunsetCommunityHealthCenter.org.
Okay.
You never know with the com or the org.
Yes, right. The common org. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Alma and Cynthia. We will be sure to share the flyer and this other information on our page after the show, just so people can see that and maybe share it with others who it may be of interest to.
Yes, please.
Wonderful.
I'll really appreciate it.
All right. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie. Another way to love yourself is a Lotus. And we'll do so out in the courtyard. We'll be back with Today in Yuma. It's WTF Anita. Tune in to find out what that's all about and find out who won the Bare Naked Soap Co giveaway this week. We'll be back after the break.
Thank you, ladies.
All right.
Thank you.
Here is the flyer. This is the one that we're gonna start, and so that's a Spanish flyer because it's the one that we're gonna start. And this is just the general flyer that has it's in English. It has all the topics.
Perfect.
Hopefully, well get enough people so we can start an English
Yes.
group.
I think it would certainly be beneficial.
Absolutely.
All righty. Come on out this way, ladies. Janice should be making her way over. All of these right here. All right, we're going to stand right here and face that way. And with this wind in it's our fall season. There we go. Smile. Thank you. Yes, have a good day. Bye. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, ladies. Have a good day.
Passing the torch. Thank you. I left it over there. Not good. I'll be right back.
See how fast she can run in her wedges.
Just a minute and
I know what I'm talking about. And the winner only had one name, so.
Kind of like Madonna
you
or
have
Cher.
all the sponsor names for Tunes and Tacos and another spot, so
If you want.
I was like, at first I didn't get it, and then I was like, oh yeah, I know that one. That one's me. We're all
Christine
humming.
says her dog Daisy's taking care of her today.
Aww.
So cute.
We're all humming the background music.
I know. We could go ahead.
It's too late. It's already started. Never mind. It's already started.
If you
8 second
want to do
delay.
it at the 30.
Is this one a 30 or is it a 60? I don't remember. Because one of them was a 60 yesterday.
Oh, no, that's a 30.
It's the Home Depot one.
And your login doesn't show the lane.
Good morning, Jay Walker.
Mom, is this you in the picture? Let me see. Do I look good?
We
We've been doing major home improvement at our location, and Home Depot loves us.
And actually, they were super good to me because the chainsaw we used, I only used it, that was the second time I ever used it. And so it started to get hot where you had to like let it settle down for like 20 minutes and use it again. Well, that's not productive. And you're not supposed to be doing that.
But
so
that's
of course
how I work.
we stripped stuff,
I
like,
overheat really quick, then I got to rest.
and so I took it back and the lady found the receipt in the system through my charge card and everything, and I got to exchange it for one.
Perfect.
Nice. All right, we ready?
Yep. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
And I'm Anita, your WTF gal.
That's right. It is time for Anita's WTF segment. And of course, she is here with a lot of positivity every week. And we are super excited to hear what she has to talk about today.
Actually, this week's topic is one that I derived from because of talking to you. And I'm just going to read the message I found, and I think how important it is, and we'll delve into our conversation. The comment for this week is, if speaking kindly to plants helps them grow, imagine what speaking kindly to humans can do.
That's good.
Exactly.
Right? And it's funny, this is a twofold conversation because my husband and I have two different plants. I have my basil plant that is just, oh my gosh, I have to take a picture. It's overflowing. The pot it's in. It's growing really beautifully. And I talk to it while I'm doing dishes. Oh, you look so pretty and you smell so good and I just love you. And right beside my basil plant is my husband's bonsai plant. And he's cursing at it and you need to grow and you need to do the right thing. And I'm looking at him. I was like, well, you talk to your plant your way, I talk to mine my way. And I'm like, that's not right. And so when I saw this comment in our conversation, I'm like, oh, what a great topic to talk about.
It is.
And, we all encounter people in different industries, whether it's retail or customer service. And I know we've had this conversation before a little bit about how 20 years ago, the way that a waitress would approach us is very different than what we're encountering today, or even just a cashier at the grocery store. It seems like there's been a change in the tide in how some retail services are providing service. But I don't necessarily blame the retail services. How are we approaching these individuals as customers?
Right, that's true.
And, I had an opportunity to talk to a couple different people who have been lifelong retail providers, and they've talked about how it's becoming more challenging to work with the clientele because they're so negative. The things that are coming out of our mouths as consumers to people who have relatively limited control over what's happening is kind of appalling. And maybe we need to rethink that.
Well, it's also about the approach, too. If you walk up, sometimes I like to say, hey, how's your day going?
Exactly.
And they kind of seem truly taken aback by that because most people are, waiting in line or complaining about the prices. Like you said, they can't control.
They encounter those negative people all day long. So when you stop and take a second, say, hi, how are you today? Good morning. Or, my Uncle Peter is the epitome of all this because usually on Saturdays, we'll go shopping out, so whether it be to thrift stores or wherever it may be. And every person that walks past him, he's like, good morning, how are you today? Good morning, how are you today? And a lot of times people are shocked because, somebody said that to them. And they usually respond with I'm well, thank you, or a smile or something. So it kind of just takes them out of their own head for a little bit. But the same goes for any kind of, like you said, retail or anything like that. So they're so used to people being so negative and ugly to them that they kind of carry that on. And so
I think they also put up that facade. I'm not going to allow what you're saying to me affect me, but then they're not showing who they truly are as well. So we have that challenge, the challenge of that element. And I think that we as consumers, I want to throw it out there, I challenge you. I challenge you to go to the grocery store today, read the name tag of the person who's providing your service and say good morning and say their name. That's one of the things I'm trying to teach my children. I do that. Hi, good morning, Brandon. How are you today? Or good afternoon. How is your day? Oh, it's tough. I understand. And we are all encountering challenges that we have to overcome.
It's engaging with people.
Exactly.
And some of it, too, you'll see people in line on their phones. And like Teresa said, it's kind of getting out of your own head. Sometimes people are just wrapped up in this ball, too. And or maybe they're on their phone or they're doing different things and they're socializing that way, but not outwardly.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
And a lot of times that name tag is used for negative because they're complaining about something. That Rant and Raves page that we have on Facebook, I laugh because you see all the negative stuff, but you always see, the positive things. I'm like, did you reach out to their employer and say, hey, look, this person gave me stellar service, and I want you to know that, that they were fantastic, because a lot of times you hear the negative and you don't get the praise for the positive that they've done too.
Exactly. And you can do 1,000 things right, and that one thing wrong is going to be the stigma that you live with.
Exactly.
So why don't we, look at what are the things that are going right with people in our retail and customer service industries, and how can we show them that we appreciate what they're doing? It's a tough job.
It is.
It's a tough job, and for minimal pay. So remember that the next time you go up to your cashier and the way that you approach them. If you start the conversation with so-and-so, how are you today? I guarantee your checkout experience will be completely different.
I agree. Good. That's some good words of wisdom there.
And talk nicely to your plants.
Talk nicely. Actually, after that encounter with my husband, he looked at me and he started Googling, okay, I'll talk nice. Okay, Bonsai, you look beautiful today.
I think it's funny because there's school kids that do science projects on those. If they talk negative to one plant and then they'll talk positive to another. And then they see the outcome of it. But I fully believe in speaking to your plants. I talk to my plumeria trees because I'm ready for them to start blooming. I'm like, come on, girls! I'm ready to see those flowers. And when they come up, it's funny. And talk about how pretty this is. Look at, I have a fresh bloom. I'm so excited. And it's all about your energy that you put on.
I told mine yesterday they need a haircut because.
Are you going to give them their haircut?
I pruned everything in the fall, and it's coming in really nicely, but I think it's a gazania out front. It's starting to get pretty full. Yeah. But it's time for me to whip out my new lawn tools again.
Before it gets too hot.
Yes. We can still say that word. We can say that word.
I know, only for a moment.
Okay. All right, do we have a winner?
We have a winner for this week's Bare Naked Soap Co., the sponsor of WTF. And we just had a first name, so we'll be giving this individual a call, but her name is Kristen. So congratulations, Kristen.
Yes, congratulations. And you too can enter to win a $20 gift certificate to Bare Naked Soap Co. by going to Anita's WTF page and scroll down just a little bit. You'll see some awesome entries she has there, but you'll also find the entry form. It's a quick entry form, and just like all of our contests, you can enter as many times as you like, and she draws a winner every Wednesday.
And while you're there, do that, and then hop on over to Janice's Foodylicious page, since you're already on the website, and get your entry in for this week's giveaway for a gift certificate from 251 Yuma's Twisted Kitchen. It's downtown, and just do all your entering at one time.
Exactly.
And then go back to our Facebook page.
Hey, you know what? The way you say it, we have a lot of giveaways, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm sure our listeners really enjoy that.
That's right. If you go to the Z93 and Outlaw Country Facebook page, it is pinned to the top. We are doing a giveaway for 2 tickets to see Color Me Bad. That includes meet and greet with the band after their show Saturday night over at Desert Sun Stadium. It's a $100 value, and we have 5 pairs we are giving away.
Yes, we do.
So it has the rules on there. What you need to do is post a comment and tag a friend, and then we will automatically include you in the drawing. You must enter by 7 a.m. this Friday.
Yes, 7 a.m. this Friday, and then we will have Carrie Ring from the city of Yuma. She is going to be here to talk all about the last-minute details for Tunes and Tacos, and she will be announcing the winners of those giveaways when she is here.
That's right. And a reminder again, teachers Lisa Gresham and Elena Sanders from OC Johnson are still looking for donations for their school's Odyssey of the Mind teams to go to state this weekend in Tucson. If you are able to make any kind of donation, just go ahead and swing by OC Johnson School during normal hours and go to the office, and they will help you make that all happen. Let's help these students get to state for Odyssey of the Mind.
Yes, and there is another fundraiser going on this Thursday at Lutz Casino. This is put on by Desert Veterinary Clinic. They are raising money to provide all of Yuma's firefighters with the muzzle mask for the for the animals, and like we said, this is a great cause. I love that it's another local business giving back to our community in a way that probably normal people on a regular basis we wouldn't think about, but like we've said plenty of times, a lot of people don't have kids of their own and they consider their animals or their pets family. So we want to do what we can to help them provide that equipment to all of our Yuma firefighters by going and enjoying a nice meal at Lutz Casino this Thursday evening.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, it is Thursday, and we have Stacy Jancy coming on. She is going to be talking about autism awareness.
Fantastic.
All right, it's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com. Don't forget, head on over to the Civic Center today during your lunch hour for the food tasting event.
Yes.
And you can check out some of the ideas for all of the rooms. They will have them decorated to give you an idea of what you might be able to do at the Civic Center if you have a special event or a meeting coming up.
Yes, the tasting time is from 11:30 to 1 p.m.
And there's no charge. Just head on out to the Civic Center.
And go D-backs, 12:45 today.
12:45 D-backs versus the Giants. They lost yesterday. Right now they're split for the series on Outlaw Country. All right, coming up next on Z93, it's the Bob and Sherry Show. Then you can enjoy classic country music on Outlaw Country for a little bit. And then that game, again, is at 12:40 p.m. today. It's Today in Yuma. We will see everyone tomorrow. KCYK Yuma and KLJZ Yuma.
Bye, ladies.
Bye. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Janet.
Bye.